Dear students, আজিৰ ভিডিঅ'ত আমি আলোচনা কৰিম নৱম শ্ৰেণীৰ সাপ্লিমেণ্টাৰী ৰিডাৰৰ দ্য এডভেঞ্চাৰ অফ টটো নামৰ চেপ্টাৰটি। এই চেপ্টাৰটিৰ আটাইবোৰ গুৰুত্বপূৰ্ণ প্ৰশ্ন তোমালোকলৈ আগবঢ়োৱা হৈছে। চোৱা, দ্য এডভেঞ্চাৰ্ছ অফ টটো, এই চেপ্টাৰটিৰ যিবিলাক টেক্সুৱেল কুৱেশ্যন আছে, ইয়াৰ উপৰিও যিবিলাক অহাৰ সম্ভাৱনা আছে, সেই অতিৰিক্ত প্ৰশ্নসমূহ ইয়াত আলোচনা কৰি দিয়া হ'ব। তোমালোক সকলোৱে লিখি লৈ শিকিবা। ইয়াৰ পৰাই তোমালোকৰ ছমহীয়া পৰীক্ষাত কমন থাকিব। গতিকে সকলোৱে ভিডিঅ'টি শেষলৈ চাবা। Question number 1. How does Toto come to grandfather's private zoo? Answer. Grandfather loved animals. One day he saw this attractive monkey with a tonga driver. The monkey was tied to a feeding trough and seemed out of place there. Grandfather had great liking for animals, so he decided to buy Toto from the tonga driver and bought it for 5 rupees and took it to his private zoo. This is how Toto came to grandfather's private zoo. Question number 2. Toto was a pretty monkey. In what sense is Toto pretty? Answer. According to the author, Toto was a pretty monkey. He had some great attractive qualities which can catch anyone's eyes. Toto was a pretty monkey in the sense that it had bright and sparkling eyes with mischief. His teeth were purely white. When he grinned, his teeth seemed gleaming. His fingers were quick moving and wicked. He had a long gracious tail which he used as his third hand. The smile of Toto was cute too. Altogether, all these qualities made him pretty. Question number 3. Why does grandfather take Toto to Saharanpur and how? Why does the ticket collector insist on calling Toto a dog? Answer. Toto was a mischievous monkey. He kept disturbing all other animals in grandfather's private zoo. It seems that only grandfather could manage him properly. One day grandfather had to go to Saharanpur, so he decided to take Toto along with him to Saharanpur. He put Toto in a big black canvas bag for the train journey. The ticket collector called Toto a dog as the monkey did not qualify the category of human beings. Question number 4. How does Toto take a bath? Where has he learned to do this? How does Toto almost boil himself alive? Answer. During winter evening, grandmother used to give Toto a bath with warm water. Before bath, Toto cunningly tested the temperature with his hand, then gradually stepped into the water. He stepped first one foot, then the other, until he was into the water up to his neck. He rubbed himself all over with the soap. When the water started to get cold, he would get out of the bowl and run to the kitchen to dry himself. He learned it all from the author. Someday Toto got in a large kitchen kettle which was on fire with water to boil. He enjoyed the warm water, but when the water turned out to be hot, he jumped up and down. Suddenly the grandmother arrived and ate and pulled him out in half-boiled condition. Question number 5. Why does the author say Toto was not the sort of pet we could keep for long? Or Toto was not good enough to be kept at home? Do you agree to this statement? Why? Why not? Or Toto was not the sort of pet we could keep for long? Explain giving examples from the text. Or How can you say that Tutu was a mischievous pet? Answer. Yes, Tutu was not good enough to be kept at home. He was up to some kind of mischief all the time. Author's statement about Tutu proves itself if we take Tutu's misdeeds into consideration. Nobody could afford the frequent losses. He frequently breaks dishes, tears clothes, curtains, and wallpapers. He disturbs all other around him, whether it is an animal or a human being. He even managed to get himself into trouble by nearly boiling himself in a kettle. So, the author aptly said, Tutu was not the sort of pet we could keep for long. So, we can say that Tutu was really a mischievous pet. অতিৰিক্তভাৱে কেইটামান কুৱেশ্যন ইয়াত দিয়া হৈছে 2 মাৰ্কছৰ কাৰণে সেইবিলাকো তোমালোকে চাবা Why did the author's grandfather decide to buy Tutu? Answer. Grandfather was an animal lover and took pity on Tutu as it was kept tied to a feeding trough. Tutu looked out of place and grandfather decided to bring it to his private zoo. He was much impressed by Tutu, so he decided to buy Tutu. Next question. Why could not Tutu and Nana become friends? Answer. Tutu was very naughty and wicked and could not stay still for a long time. Nana was a well-behaved and docile animal. When they were together, Tutu beat on the long ears of Nana and Nana got annoyed with Tutu. Thus, Nana and Tutu could not become friends. Next question. How does Tutu become a problem to grandfather while going to Saharanpur? Answer. While going to Saharanpur, Tutu behaved well. When grandfather was producing his ticket, Tutu suddenly poked his head out of the bag. He gave the ticket collector a wide grin. He almost scared the ticket collector. The ticket collector insisted that grandfather must buy the ticket for the pet and proved to be a big problem for grandfather. Next question. Where was Tutu kept immediately after grandfather got him? Why? Answer. Tutu was kept in a closet. He was tied securely to a peg. Grandmother was not very fond of animals. When he used to bring a new animal or bird, she used to make a lot of fuss. To avoid this, grandfather hid Tutu for some time and announced his arrival to her when she was in a good mood. Next question. Who was Nana? How did Tutu tease Nana? Answer. Nana was the family donkey. Tutu was kept in the stable with Nana, where Tutu tried to tease Nana by fast biting onto her long ears with his sharp little teeth. Even Nana got fed up with Tutu. Next question. In what sense was Tutu a pretty monkey? Answer. Tutu's bright eyes sparkled with mischief beneath deep-set eyebrows. His purely white teeth often displayed a smile that had the innocence of a child, yet there was an underlying tinge of naughtiness and mischievousness. So, according to the author, Tutu was a pretty monkey. Next question. How did Tutu's love for taking bath almost lead to him being half-boiled? Answer. Tutu used to love taking bath in hot water. Once when a kettle was kept on the fire with water to boil for tea, Tutu sat in it. When the water began to boil, Tutu tried getting up but found outside cold. So he again sat down. He kept on hopping outside and then again inside, and after some time he started enjoying this game. He enjoyed the warm water, but when the water turned out to be hot, he jumped up and down. Suddenly the grandmother arrived and pulled him out in half-boiled condition. Next question. Why did the grandfather give away Tutu the monkey? Answer. Tutu was very naughty and he troubled everyone. The other pets were not happy with him and he broke a lot of dishes, tore clothes, curtains and wallpapers. He had become very difficult to handle, and so grandfather gave away Toto to the Tonga driver again. Next question. Why did the grandfather hide Toto for some time when he brought him home? Answer. Grandmother was not very fond of animals. When he used to bring a new animal or bird, she used to make a lot of fuss. To avoid this, grandfather hid Tutu for some time and announced his arrival to her when she was in a good mood. Next and last question. Why did grandfather decide to take Tutu along with him to Saharanpur? Answer. Tutu was very naughty and wicked and could not stay still for a long time. Tutu was very naughty and he troubled everyone. The other pets were not happy with him. Tutu would not allow any of his companions to sleep at night. So grandfather decided to take Tutu along with him to Saharanpur. এইকেইটা কুৱেশ্যন তোমালোকে ভালকৈ চাবা, ইয়াৰ পৰাই তোমালোকৰ পৰীক্ষাত কমন পৰিব। গতিকে ভালকৈ লিখি লৈ তোমালোকে শিকা। আজিলৈ ইমানখিনি, ধন্যবাদ।